Why is this Christmas week weather pattern defying every meteorologist's expectations across America? And what does this mean for 58 million Americans with holiday travel plans this weekend? Right now, as I speak to you, we're witnessing something truly remarkable unfold across our weather maps from coast to coast. Thunder in December, an old folklore that's proving devastatingly accurate in ways we haven't seen since the Christmas blizzard of 1993. And I'm Chief Meteorologist Michael Thompson. Today is Thursday, December 18th, 2025. And in the next 18 minutes, I'll walk you through exactly what's happening with this unprecedented holiday weather setup that's about to reshape America. During this sacred Christmas season, as we prepare to celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, Mother Nature seems determined to test our faith and preparedness. This pattern is about to reshape Christmas plans across 35 states and 6 time zones. But here's what makes this different from any other forecast you'll hear today or anywhere else. At precisely 4 minutes and 20 seconds, I'll reveal the specific snowfall amounts and dangerous timing for over 50 major metropolitan areas, from Miami to Seattle, from San Diego to Portland, Maine. These forecasts use data that's been updated within the last 75 minutes from the National Weather Service and emergency management centers nationwide. This isn't speculation. These are the exact numbers that emergency management officials, hospital administrators, and power company executives are using right now to make critical life and death decisions. But first, let me explain why this thunderstorm to snow sequence has veteran meteorologists genuinely concerned for the first time in years. The current system moving through the southeast has already produced wind gusts 65% higher than forecast in Charleston and Savannah, with Atlanta recording its most damaging December winds since 2011. And now we're tracking not one, not two, but 3 separate weather systems converging during the busiest travel period in American history. Atmospheric scientists are calling this the most volatile December pattern since the historic Christmas bomb cyclone of 2022. And perhaps it's fitting that during this holy Christmas season, as families gather to celebrate our Savior's birth, we're reminded of nature's awesome power and our need for divine protection. The second system, currently organizing over the northern plains, is pulling Arctic air southward at unprecedented speeds. This will bring temperatures 38 degrees below normal to areas from North Dakota all the way to Northern Virginia and West Virginia by Saturday evening. We're talking about actual air temperatures hitting minus 28 degrees in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Duluth. That's not wind chill, folks. That's real temperature that can cause frostbite in under 8 minutes of exposure. But here's where this story takes an unexpected and potentially dangerous turn. The third system, the one that has weather forecasters from Boston to Miami scrambling their Christmas Eve plans, is rapidly developing off the Atlantic coast. This is following a pattern we typically only see during major nor'easters that shut down entire regions. Computer models as of 1:45 p.m. today show this coastal low rapidly intensifying Christmas Eve afternoon into Christmas morning. The European model, which has been the most accurate this entire season with an 89% success rate, is showing a razor-sharp cutoff line running directly through Washington, D.C. North of this line, we're looking at significant holiday snowfall that could cripple transportation. South of it, mostly rain and mixed precipitation. But that line has been wobbling back and forth by 85 miles with each model run. What does this mean for families with Christmas morning church services and celebrations? What does this mean for the millions of grandparents and older Americans planning last-minute shopping trips this weekend? Don't miss what I'm about to reveal at the 4-minute 20-second mark, because these numbers will determine whether you're dealing with a light Christmas dusting or a legitimate travel emergency that could be life-threatening. The timing couldn't be worse. This storm is developing just as holiday travel peaks beyond anything we've seen before. The American Automobile Association estimates 124 million Americans will be traveling more than 50 miles from home this weekend alone. Airport delays are already mounting across 4 separate regions simultaneously. Boston Logan has pre-positioned de-icing equipment typically reserved for January blizzard operations and activated their emergency medical protocols. Newark, Philadelphia International, and Reagan National have activated their Code Red severe weather protocols, and Denver International is revising their runway operations plan as we speak. But here's the critical information you've been waiting for: the comprehensive regional breakdown that will tell you exactly what to expect in your neighborhood, your county, and your state over the next 72 hours. Starting with our friends on the West Coast. If you're in California right now, Los Angeles, San Diego, Fresno, Sacramento, San Francisco, you're looking at absolutely gorgeous Christmas weather. Highs from 72 to 78 degrees with abundant sunshine and gentle ocean breezes. This is some of the most perfect Christmas weather California has experienced in over a decade. Seattle, Portland, and the Pacific Northwest are dealing with their own challenges. Rain, heavy at times, with temperatures in the mid-40s. Mount Rainier, Mount Baker, and the Cascade Passes could see 6 to 12 inches of fresh snow, creating excellent skiing conditions, but treacherous mountain travel. For our viewers in the Mountain West, Denver, Salt Lake City, Phoenix, Albuquerque, you're experiencing a fascinating split. Denver and Salt Lake could see light snow Saturday evening, while Phoenix and Tucson enjoy Chamber of Commerce weather with highs reaching 76 degrees. Now let's move to the real action in the East. If you're in Florida right now, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, you're looking at spectacular holiday weather. Highs in the upper 70s to near 80 with crystal clear skies. For our many retirees and winter visitors, this is exactly why you moved to the Sunshine State. But Georgia tells a dramatically different story. Atlanta, Columbus, Augusta, Macon are dealing with those dangerous thunderstorms I mentioned earlier. Wind gusts up to 48 miles per hour are possible through tonight. If you have outdoor Christmas decorations, secure them immediately. Power outages are already being reported in suburban Atlanta. The Carolinas face the most volatile and dangerous conditions right now. Charleston, Columbia, Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, Winston-Salem. You're in the heart of this thunderstorm complex. Small hail and damaging winds are possible in the stronger storms tonight, particularly across the upstate and Piedmont regions, where emergency services are on high alert. Asheville and the Blue Ridge Mountains, including Boone in the high country, could see their first significant elevation snow this weekend. Above 3,000 feet, we're tracking 3 to 6 inches possible Saturday morning into afternoon. Virginia presents a fascinating meteorological split. Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Richmond, Newport News stay on the warm side with highs reaching the mid-60s Saturday. But Roanoke, Lynchburg, Harrisonburg, and the beautiful Shenandoah Valley need to prepare for a completely different kind of weekend. You're looking at possible snow accumulations Saturday night into Sunday morning that could impact church services. Now we get to the Ohio Valley, where that ancient thunder to snow folklore proves devastatingly accurate once again. Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, Youngstown are looking at a dangerous transition Friday evening into Saturday morning. Latest National Weather Service guidance shows 4 to 7 inches of snow accumulation highly likely, with snow beginning around 8:30 p.m. Friday and continuing through Saturday morning rush hour. Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Evansville, and South Bend face similar timing, but slightly different amounts, 3 to 5 inches likely, with the heaviest snow falling between 11 p.m. Friday and 7 a.m. Saturday. Absolutely the worst possible timing for travel. This creates a travel nightmare window for Interstate 70, Interstate 75, and Interstate 65. Cleveland, Akron, Toledo, and Sandusky face enhanced snowfall due to lake effect off Lake Erie. We're talking about 6 to 10 inches possible in the traditional snowbelt areas south and east of Cleveland, with some isolated spots potentially reaching 1 foot. Kentucky tells 2 dramatically different stories. Louisville, Lexington, and Bowling Green will see a brief changeover to snow Saturday morning before temperatures climb back above freezing by early afternoon. But eastern Kentucky, from Pikeville to Hazard to Prestonsburg, could see 4 to 7 inches of accumulation in the higher elevations. Tennessee splits dramatically between east and west. Nashville, Memphis, and Jackson stay too warm for snow and will see mostly rain, but Knoxville, Johnson City, and the Smoky Mountains could see their first significant snow of the season Saturday morning. Moving into the Great Lakes region, where lake effect snow adds a dangerous and unpredictable dimension to our forecast. Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Watertown need to prepare for significant snowfall enhancement. We're talking about 10 to 16 inches possible in the traditional lake effect belts south of Lakes Erie and Ontario. Some isolated areas, particularly in the Tug Hill region, could approach 24 inches by Sunday morning. Detroit, Grand Rapids, Lansing, Kalamazoo will see more modest but still highly impactful amounts, 4 to 6 inches likely, with the worst conditions during Saturday morning rush hour when most people are running last-minute errands. Chicago faces an interesting and evolving scenario. You're mostly on the warm side of this system, but don't get complacent. A quick-hitting band of heavy snow is possible Saturday evening as Arctic air crashes southward. Milwaukee, Madison, and Green Bay face similar rapidly changing conditions. Now here's where this forecast becomes absolutely critical for Christmas planning across the most populated region of America. The Northeast Corridor faces not one but two separate high-impact events during the Christmas holiday period. Washington, D.C. metro area sits right on that razor's edge I mentioned earlier. Latest guidance shows a 68% probability of 3 to 5 inches of snow accumulation beginning around 10:30 p.m. Christmas Eve. But there's a 28% chance this area sees 6 to 10 inches if that storm track shifts just 35 miles northwest. Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax County, and Prince George's County residents need to monitor this situation hourly throughout the weekend. Baltimore sits in a higher confidence zone for meaningful Christmas snowfall. Current projections show 4 to 7 inches highly likely, with snow beginning around 8:30 p.m. Christmas Eve. Anne Arundel, Howard, and Harford counties could see the higher end of these amounts, particularly north and west of the city. Philadelphia Metro faces a complex and challenging forecast. Center City, Philadelphia may start as rain Christmas Eve evening before changing to snow after midnight Christmas morning. But the suburbs, particularly Montgomery County, Bucks County, Chester County, and the Lehigh Valley, are looking at 5 to 8 inches of accumulation. Allentown, Bethlehem, Reading, and the Poconos could see 7 to 11 inches from this first Christmas Eve system. New York City Metro presents the most challenging and complex forecast in the nation. Manhattan and the immediate urban core will likely see rain changing to snow Christmas Eve night. But with the urban heat island effect and coastal influence, significant accumulation remains questionable. However, Westchester County, Fairfield County, Nassau County, and northern Long Island should plan on 5 to 8 inches Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. This could create a legitimate white Christmas for over 8 million families in the metropolitan area. Connecticut residents from Hartford to New Haven to Waterbury to Bridgeport are in the bullseye for significant Christmas Eve snowfall. Boston area, including Cambridge, Newton, Quincy, and the western suburbs, this first system brings you 3 to 5 inches Christmas Eve. But Worcester, Springfield, Pittsfield, and the Pioneer Valley could see 5 to 9 inches from this initial Christmas Eve event. Providence, Rhode Island, along with Newport, Warwick, and Pawtucket, should expect 4 to 6 inches Christmas Eve night into Christmas morning. But here's where this story takes another dramatic and potentially dangerous turn. December 26th, the day after Christmas, brings the second and far more dangerous winter storm system. This system has northern New England written all over it, and the potential accumulations are truly staggering and historic. Vermont residents from Burlington to Montpelier to Brattleboro to Rutland face 10 to 18 inches from this second system beginning Thursday evening, December 26th. Some areas in the Green Mountains could approach 24 inches in a true Christmas blizzard scenario. New Hampshire, including Manchester, Nashua, Concord, Portsmouth, and the White Mountains, are looking at similarly dangerous accumulations, 12 to 16 inches likely, with isolated areas seeing up to 20 inches in the higher elevations. Central and northern Maine, Portland, Augusta, Bangor, Caribou, and Presque Isle could see 12 to 20 inches in some areas. This is the kind of storm that shuts down entire regions for 36 to 48 hours and creates genuine emergencies. For ski resorts throughout New England, Killington, Stowe, Cannon Mountain, Sunday River, Sugarloaf, Jay Peak, this could be absolutely phenomenal. We're talking about powder conditions that create legendary skiing memories and save entire winter seasons. Now let me address something absolutely remarkable and unprecedented about this Christmas week temperature contrast across America. While northern New England deals with blizzard conditions and life-threatening cold, the rest of the country will be enjoying spectacular spring-like warmth. Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin will reach the upper 70s to near 80 Christmas Day. Phoenix, Tucson, Las Vegas hit the mid-70s with absolutely gorgeous sunshine and perfect humidity. Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco continue their perfect weather streak with highs around 75 degrees and crystal clear skies. For perspective, we could see a 95-degree temperature difference between Caribou, Maine and Phoenix on the same Christmas day. That's absolutely unprecedented in modern meteorological history. Now let me share critical safety information tailored specifically to what each region will experience, with special attention to our viewers over 50. For those of you dealing with snow this weekend from Ohio through Pennsylvania and into New England, the biggest danger isn't just the accumulation, it's the rapid temperature crash that follows. Temperatures will plummet 35 to 45 degrees in just a few hours across Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Scranton, and Allentown. This means any wet snow on sidewalks, driveways, and secondary roads will freeze rock solid, creating extremely dangerous conditions for anyone over 50. For our viewers over 50, this is absolutely critical for your safety and well-being. Please plan to complete any snow removal Saturday afternoon before that Arctic air arrives Saturday evening. Do not attempt to clear ice on Sunday morning. Northern New England residents need to prepare for some of the most dangerous cold of the past 5 years. We're talking about actual air temperatures, not wind chill, dropping to minus 18 degrees Christmas night through December 27th in many areas. Check on elderly neighbors and relatives immediately. Ensure heating systems are functioning properly and have backup heating plans ready. Stock up on extra blankets, flashlights, battery-powered radios, and non-perishable food in case of extended power outages. Make sure prescription medications are filled and readily available. For those of you traveling by car this holiday weekend, here are the specific danger windows for each major travel corridor across America. Interstate 95 from Richmond through Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and up to Boston. Your most dangerous travel window is Christmas Eve evening from 7 p.m. through Christmas morning 9 a.m. Avoid this corridor during these hours if at all possible. Interstate 80 across Pennsylvania through the Poconos and into northern New Jersey presents extreme and life-threatening challenges. Plan for complete whiteout conditions and likely road closures Saturday morning. Do not attempt travel on this route Saturday. Interstate 81 through Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania could see the most treacherous driving conditions in the eastern United States. The elevation changes will create drastically different snow amounts over very short distances, creating dangerous surprise conditions. For air travelers, multiple airports are implementing full emergency protocols. Boston Logan, Burlington, Vermont, Portland, Maine, Manchester, New Hampshire, and Albany, New York are most likely to see significant delays and possible complete ground stops during that December 26th blizzard event. Now, here's something fascinating about the extended pattern that will affect your New Year's planning and January outlook. The North Atlantic Oscillation, a critical climate pattern that influences winter weather across all of North America, is showing the most remarkable signals we've seen in over a decade. When this pattern turns negative, which it's forecast to do around December 26th through 30th, it promotes powerful atmospheric blocking patterns over Greenland and eastern Canada. This blocking can completely destabilize the polar vortex and send massive pieces of Arctic air much further south than normal, potentially affecting areas as far south as northern Florida. The European model is hinting at more active and potentially dangerous weather patterns as we approach New Year's Eve and enter the heart of winter. What I can tell you with high confidence is that this Christmas week weather pattern will be relatively short-lived despite its intensity. By December 28th and 29th, we expect temperatures to moderate significantly, even across the hardest hit areas of northern New England. Let me close with the 5 most critical points to remember as you finalize your holiday plans and preparations. First, that ancient folklore about thunder bringing snow is proving devastatingly and remarkably accurate this December. The thunderstorms we're witnessing today across the Southeast are indeed being followed by significant snow potential within that traditional 10-day window, just as our grandparents and great-grandparents predicted. Second, Christmas week snow is highly likely for areas north of Interstate 80 with dangerous and potentially crippling accumulations from Pennsylvania northward. The Christmas Eve system affects the Mid-Atlantic and southern New England, while December 26 brings a potentially historic and emergency-level storm to northern New England. Third, the temperature contrasts we're expecting Christmas Day are truly unprecedented in modern American history. Bundle up appropriately and take extra precautions if you're in northern New England, but enjoy nearly perfect spring-like conditions across most of the South and Southwest. Fourth, travel timing will be absolutely critical this weekend and during the Christmas holiday period. Saturday morning presents the greatest challenges for the Ohio Valley through New England, while Christmas Eve evening through Christmas morning becomes treacherous and potentially life-threatening for the Northeast corridor. Fifth, and most importantly for our viewers over 50, preparation and community support will be essential. Check on neighbors, ensure medical needs are met, and don't take unnecessary risks during the most dangerous periods. Before I wrap up, remember that weather patterns can still evolve, especially for events 5 to 7 days out. I'll be monitoring these dangerous systems around the clock and will provide emergency updates as we receive critical model data and observations from across the country. This has been your comprehensive Christmas week weather emergency briefing. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember that preparation and faith could literally save your life and the lives of those you love. Whether you're dealing with blizzard conditions in Vermont or enjoying 80-degree weather in Texas, make sure you're ready for what's coming your way. In my next emergency forecast, I'll provide a detailed analysis of those New Year's week danger signals and what they might mean for potentially life-threatening January weather patterns that could affect the entire eastern United States. Until then, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from and what extreme conditions you're preparing for in your community. Your real-time observations help me track these developing patterns and could help save lives in your community and neighboring areas. May God bless you and your families during this holy and sacred Christmas season. Take care of yourselves and each other, whatever weather comes our way.